So hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are basically doing a study with me again. I'm basically packing my bag now. Let me put you here. Can you still see me? I hope you can. Yeah, so I'm basically curtains. Okay. I'm basically doing a study with me today, and we're basically going to the library because I have so much work to do. I'm gonna probably do this in a voiceover style because I can't talk in the library, and I'm meeting up with Eve, so that's what we're doing. I need to basically just go to the library and study. That's my bag packed. It's just there's nothing in there really, honestly. So you're just gonna come and study with me today, which I think will be quite fun. I've been wanting to do this for a little while, so this should be good. So we're basically going to do a study with me today because I have a lot of studying to do and I think you guys enjoy them. I'm going to leave my phone in here because I don't like taking my phone to the library. I never do because otherwise I will not concentrate. So yeah, I'm leaving my phone in here and let's go. Need to take some highlighters. Let's go because I don't want to keep Eve waiting for me. I'm currently on the vlog. Charlotte, I'm gonna get you. Cutie pie.
I look dead.
No, you don't. Okay, guys, so I'm going to the library. You have to be quiet, so there won't be any more talking now. And we're just going to do a study with me. Okay, so we're going to study with me. So I've come to the library with her. I'm filming.
Inception.
YouTuber filming. Okay, so as you guys can see, I am now in the library and I'm just setting up my desk because I hate working without organization or having to go back in and out of my bag. And excuse my voice, I have a cold, so I'm gonna sound really horrible when I'm talking right now, and I might be sniffling a bit, but it's because I have a cold. So yeah, the first thing that I do when I have work set is I go through the question and I break it down. So here the question for this week was: discuss the role of the speeches in Thucydides, which is the book that I'm reading right now. What did these contribute to our understanding of the factual content and nature of his work? Is the rhetorical element confined to the speeches, and if not, so what? Question mark. So that is the question that I'm writing out on screen there. And basically, like I said, what I like to do when I get a question so big is I like to just write it down so I can break it up and really understand what it means, because you can get lost in the reading and not really know why you're reading what you're reading. So yeah, I like to write it on paper in my wonderful notebook that my mum bought me, so thank you for that. I like to break it down, highlight the key parts that I think are the main points in the question, or just the things that I have to look out for. Then I highlight those so I know exactly what I'm looking for throughout my reading. Then I make notes of the things that I've highlighted so I know exactly what it means. So I know I've highlighted discuss, for instance, but for me, sometimes it can say explain or argue, or different words mean different things. So for me, discuss, it means I have to do a different task to if it had said explain or something else. So yeah, then the next thing that I do is I break down the components that I want to find in the book, and then I write down why I want to find those things. I hope this is making sense. So I break it down a lot, so when I start reading the actual work, I'm not just mindlessly reading, because I hate reading without a purpose, I want to know what I'm looking for, so I'm alert when I'm reading. So I look for what, who, why, where, all of that good stuff. then I actually start doing the reading. So because I have 2 essays due, I am in between them. So I do like half an hour on one, half an hour on the other, or an hour on one, an hour on the other. I like to alternate because otherwise I will get bored, especially if I have 2 that are due. It's quite difficult to balance that time. So to make sure that I do both justice, I like to just bounce in between. Sorry, that's my chair creaking in the background. So yeah, here I am. I'm just reading and making basic notes, having a little giggle with Eve. But yeah, generally just reading through stuff. And at this point, I think we've been in the library for about an hour or so. And then Eve leaves at some point. And yeah, basically it was 5 hours in total that I worked for. But the footage might not show that because my battery did die at some points. Yeah, so I'm just doing some reading here. Just reading away, ready. Oh, new angle, ready. I have such a horrible concentration face. It's actually awful. Yeah, so I just continued reading for a very long time. So I'm gonna play some music now because it will get quite boring to keep hearing me read. So now here I start to just show you guys what I'm typing on that laptop. So because I'm reading primary sources, and primary sources just means work written by historians who lived at the time of the events occurring. So right now I'm working on 479 BC, which is a very long time ago, and the person writing during this time is called Thucydides. So what I do is I write down exactly what he says in red, and then the black writing is what I think. So yeah, on that screen that's what was going on there. And yeah, I like to make notes in my book because it's mine, it belongs to me. So I just scribble in it because I have 2 copies of the same book. So I wouldn't do that on my proper copy, but this one I bought from the charity shop and it was like £2. So it's okay for me to write in it, but the proper one I would never. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, is thinking about the question, writing down what I think, and then finding evidence for why I think what I think. And then after I've done that, I'll go back in and then interpret it and write what other scholars think. Because I often find if I go and read what someone else has said, who's like a recognized scholar, I'll end up thinking what they think. So I like to start with writing down my initial thoughts. Whether they're right or wrong is irrelevant for me. I just like to write down what I think first before I've read any other proper historian's work, because I like to see what my thoughts were, or I'm influenced by other writers. So that's what I'm doing on the screen right now. And yeah, music time. Yeah, finally, well, I mean, okay, and then And then Eve left for a while because she had to go and do an induction, so she was gone for an hour, so I stayed working alone for an hour. Then she came back and we worked for another hour together. So at this point in the video, we've done like 3 hours of work, or is it 4? I'm not sure. Then I went to my room. I went to dinner, then I came back from dinner, and then I went to my room to work there because I don't like working in the library at night unless I have an essay crisis. So at this point, I am now in my bedroom, and I worked for another 2 hours, I believe, and then I called it a night and went to bed. But I got quite a lot of work done, so in total I ended up doing 6 hours of work. So this was a 6-hour study with me, and I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed making it. And if you just comment down below, I can do more of these because I love studying. I have to do it anyways, and if you guys like watching it, it's a win-win for everyone. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and I'm gonna play you some music to go out because I don't want to talk anymore. So good night and bye.